I think we come from a particular stream of the church that is always sort of chasing the gifts of the Spirit. You know, I want something that's spectacular, and I want God to turn up and do a miracle, and I want signs and wonders and healings, and I want all of that as well. Let me say, I have no problem. I want all 9 of the gifts of the Spirit. But sometimes we just overlook the fruit of the Spirit. And I think part of this is why all you chicks on the other side of the screen, this is so important. We have sort of almost relegated this that, oh, you know, fruit of the Spirit, it's for nice little women's miseries, and that's just all for sweet kind of women. But you just read that passage out of Colossians, and the passage out of Galatians is not just written to women. It's written to the body of Christ as mature disciples of Jesus, and a sign of maturity. Historically, we've associated certain parts of the fruit of the Spirit as, well, these are just chick things. Well, no, they're not just chick things, they're Christian things. And so we need to reclaim them as part of being a Christian. Goodness is part of being a Christian. Listen, I don't care if you can speak in tongues, cast out demons, heal the sick, restore sight to the blind. If you are mean, that is not godly. If you are just a gossiper, a slanderer, if you have no self-control, I think we just need to finally address in the body of Christ that there are 9 fruits. There are 9 parts of the fruit of the Spirit. There are 9 gifts of the Spirit. And what we've often done is we've separated the camps. So we've got sweet little fruit of the Spirit people that have no power of the gifts, because they just think, well, you know, that gift stuff is really weird. And most of the time they think the gift stuff is weird because the people doing the gift stuff are weird, because the people doing the gift stuff have no fruit. Very little love, very little joy, very little peace, very little kindness, very little self-control, very little goodness. And I'm like, you know what? Gone are the old days. This is new wine, new wineskin. It's not either, it's not or, it's both. And if we are going to be any kind of witness in a lost and a broken world, the gifts and the fruit must come together. So the Fruit Loops that have been operating in the gifts but rejecting the fruit need to get a little bit more fruit and lose the loop. And some of the people over here that have been all fruit, no loop, need a little bit more loop. And we need to bring it all together.
I'm actually the poster child for the fruit of patience. So if you look up patience in the Bible, you're going to see my photograph right next to it. It's going to be, that is what the fruit patience looks like, is Chris Caine. We're going to unpack a lot of that down the track. But the deal is that we are living in a world that is full of pain, that is full of division, that is full of chaos. Obviously, we're living in a world full of social media. And there is so many divides and anger and slander and gossip and so many things in our world that are negative, that are critical, that are painful. And Christians, there is no point us standing up trying to give a 3-point gospel sermon, 2 ways to live gospel track, and somehow tell everyone this is what you need to believe. Jesus Christ came from heaven to earth, died on a cross, rose again, you know, on the 3rd day, and he's coming back again to judge the living and the dead. That means almost nothing to people that have no concept of what the gospel is. What they want to know is, can you live this thing that you profess to believe? And Jesus said in John 18, for this cause I came to earth, that my life would bear witness to the truth. And so what we need is a whole bunch of Christians that actually will stop acting like Christians and will really start being Christians. And you only can be a Christian when the fruit of the Spirit operates out of your life. And in a world that does not want to hear anything more about what we believe, they want to see how we act. And that's where the fruit of the Spirit comes in. Never has our world needed love more, or peace more, or joy more, or long-suffering more, or patience more, or goodness more, or kindness, or self-control. Because we have a world that is out of control. We have a world that is mean. We have a world that is not full of evil. We have a world that is full of chaos and division. And so this is not a day. We cannot get away anymore with just being Christians that turn up, go to church on a Sunday, read the Bible, and then just act like hell for the rest of the week. We finally have to actually begin to live what we believe. And you cannot produce the fruit of the Spirit through the methods of the world. The fruit of the Spirit is only produced by the Spirit of God that lives on the inside of us.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe today and you'll never miss a new upload.
And don't forget to check out our Better Together shop. Thanks for being a part of our community.